Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful dress. It has an overlap neckline with a wrap around the skirt area, though the wrap started somewhere above the half length, and you can see the wrap. I used an Ankara fabric for this style. This is what I can afford for now. This is what I can get for now, but I will explain very well so that you guys will understand better. So for this dress, if you are making this with an Ankara, you should need at least 4 yards of Ankara fabric. If you're making it with a crepe fabric or chiffon, like 3 yards by 60 should be enough for you. Now this is the fabric that I have like 4 yards here, and I will start cutting out the skirt part. First of all, it has a half length. This dress has a half length, though it is not too fitted on the body. Like if you wear it on your body, it will not be too fitted. We will start with our skirt part first of all. I am done folding out the fabric that I will be using for the skirt. So normally my hip measurement is around 38, but I will be using 40 inches for my hip measurement. The first thing that I'll do is that I'll take out my half length. My half length is 16 inches. I'll take out the 16 inches. Then I'll measure from shoulder to hip. That is 27. I want the full length to be 35 plus 2 inches for hemming. That is 37. I'll go ahead and extend these lines. So after marking the lines, if your waist is like 30, you should make it 33 or 34. If your hip is 40, you should make it 44 or 43. The dress should be bigger than your normal size. Now I am taking my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches for ease. Then I'll repeat the same thing at the waistline. Then at the full length, I measured 10.5 at my hip. I measured 11 inches at my hip, sorry. So at the full length, I will just mark 10 inches. The curve should not be too deep, like the knee shaping should not be too much. After doing this, I'll go ahead and cut out. And using this front, I'll cut out the back. For the back of this dress, it has a zipper. You cannot really wear this dress freely, so you will need a zipper at the back. Either you add your zipper to the back or you add it to the side of the dress. Now I have added 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance, and I'll go ahead and cut out. So after cutting this out, I will cut the top, the bodice of this gown. For the top, I will cut out the back first of all before cutting out the front. The back, we have a zipper allowance. Using the back, we will now cut out the front. I am cutting the back first of all because we have an overlap at the front of this dress. Now I'll go ahead and keep this skirt aside. We have our front and our back. So over to the top area, I told you guys that we'll cut out the back first of all. I'll go ahead and fold out the fabric that I will be using. After folding out this fabric, I will mark out like 1.5 for my zipper allowance first of all. This is the back, and the back will have a zipper allowance. So I will trim off the right top around the edge. Then from there, I will start taking my vertical measurements. From my shoulder, I will start marking. I'll open up the back so that I will not get confused. This is where our zipper will enter. Then every line every measurement I'm taking will start from this line. This is our zipper allowance line. So from our shoulder, I will mark 8 inches for my chest line, 10 inches for my bust point, 16 inches for my half length, and extra 2 inches for seam allowance, though I will trim later. Now after doing this, I'll go ahead and extend the lines, my chest line, my bust point, my half length, and the allowance line. Then after doing this, I'll also connect my armhole. I hope you know that this is the back of this dress. This is the back of the bodice. So I'll go ahead and connect my armhole. After connecting my armhole, The width of this neck will be 3 inches. I want the wideness of my neck to be 3 inches. It is 6, then 3 inches unfold. Then for the back, I want the depth to be 1.5, 3 by 1.5. That is what I did for the back. Then I will use 1 inch for my shoulder slant. After marking this, I will take my bust measurement divided by 4. You add extra 2 inches for ease. Like I said, this dress is free. It is not a fitted dress. At the waist, you divide your waist by 4 plus 2 inches for ease. Then after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut out. I'm done cutting out and I am folding the fabric that we use for the front. So for this front, the fabric should be wider than the one you folded for the back, because the front has an overlap and this front has a band around the neckline, right? But we still get to that. Then fold in your zipper allowance. You can see how I folded in my zipper allowance. Your zipper allowance is not included in this dress for now. You fold it in before cutting or measuring your front. So I'll go ahead and cut out this fabric first of all. Then for the overlap at the front, I want to use 3 inches for my overlap. Like I want them to overlap each other's with 3 or 4 inches. But if you want your cleavage to show, you should use 3 inches. If you want it to be closed up a bit, you can use 4 or 5 inches. So I extended the center by 3 and I will connect it to my neckline. So from this point, I'll mark a straight line up to my neckline. You can see what I have here. Then I will go ahead and cut out this neckline. The front has a V neckline. You can see that I have a V neckline there. So they are equal at the neck width. But at the full length, the front is 3 inches wider than the front. This is an overlap. I used 3 inches because I want my bust to show a bit. Now I am done cutting out and this is what it has. So I want to trim down my neckline a bit. So I will open this up so that you guys can see what we have there. This is the back. We have our zipper allowance. Then for the front, we have our overlap. Then remember, we are still going to add a band around this neckline. So we will get to that. Now I want to cut out the wrap, the fabric that we use for the wrap. So for this wrap, it started somewhere around the under bust. It will cross your half length. If your half length is 16, this wrap will start from 13 inches down to the full length. Now I have folded the fabric that I'll be using. I have 2 pieces here. They are on fold. Now what I'm going to do is that I will subtract from my shoulder to where I want this wrap to start from. Like I said, my own wrap will start around 13 inches, somewhere around my under bust. So I'll go ahead and take 13 inches. You can see 13. Then it will stop at 35 inches. My full length is 35 inches, though I am managing my fabric. So from where your fabric will start, you will mark where it will stop, maybe at the full length or before the full length of your gown. Then for the length of each wrap, I want them to be 34 inches for the length of each of the wrap. So if you are making your wrap, it should range from 30 to 40 or 45 inches, so that when you tie it, some parts of the wrap will fall. Now I'll go ahead and slant this wrap a bit. The wrap is not just straight. You go ahead and slant it a bit. You can see the way I slanted mine. Then I will go ahead and cut out. So after cutting out, I'll open this wrap so that you guys can see what we have there. You have one for the right side and one for the other side of the gown. So this place that I slanted around the wrap, if you want the slant to be facing the full length, fine. If you want that slanted area to be facing your half length, fine. So you can see that I have two pieces right here, one for the right and one for the left. So what I'm going to do right now is that I will place them the way I will join them. You can see what I have there. So you can see that slanted area. If you want it to be upside down, you can still do it. So if you tie this is the shape it will give you. I hope we can imagine what it will look like on our dress. So if you want this slanted area to be down, you can still do that. Now I will keep this aside and I will cut out our sleeve. For our sleeve, it is a long A-line sleeve. So this is the fabric that I'm using. I will fold the full length of this sleeve. I want to make it 27 inches. Then I'll add 1 inch for hemming or allowance. I want my sleeve length to be long enough. If your sleeve length is 24 inches, you should make it like 26 inches so that it will be longer than normal. That is the beauty. Then you curve your armhole and then mark your A shape around the open side of the fabric. You can see the closed side and the open area. So I'll go ahead and curve my armhole area. Now this is what I have for my sleeve. I will use this particular one to cut out the second sleeve. After cutting out the second sleeve, you can see what I have right now. Then we are done with cutting for now. Over to our overlap area. I told you guys that we will add a band to this neckline. So my band, I want it to be 2 inches. I'll go ahead and take out 1.5 from this normal neckline. The reason why I'm taking out 1.5 is that I will use the remaining half to join the band to the main fabric. So this 1.5 is the place that I will cut out. So after cutting it out, I will replace that 1.5 with my band. Had it been I used a plain fabric, you will notice this place very well. So I am done cutting that area off. I'll go ahead and cut out a new piece. This new piece should be 2.5 inches. So that when you join it to the neckline, it will go back to 2 inches. The half an inch there is just for your seam allowance. So after cutting this out, it is on fold, remember? I'll go ahead and join it around my neckline. So if you join it there, you can see the shape it will give you. So I'll go ahead and cut out another one. There will be two, one for the right side and one for the left side. Now you can see the two of them. You will fix this one to this side and this one to the other side. Now this is the skirt and I am done fixing my band to my neckline. I'll go ahead and place the neckline around the skirt area. We will join this gown piece by piece. So I am taking the measurement of my overlap, and I'll make sure that the waist measurement is the same thing with what I have there. So I'll go ahead and pin down. You can hold them down with a stitch, but before you do that, you will go ahead and measure your half length. So my half length is 16. I will mark 17. I'll make it 17. The remaining 1 inch is half an inch for the shoulder joining and half an inch for the waistline joining. So take your half length measurements and cut off. So after trimming off, you go ahead and run a stitch there, and then you go and fix it to your skirt. So make sure that you have the same measurements on your skirts. So I'll go ahead and join on my sewing machine. Now I am done pinning down. I'll go ahead and join the two of them at the waistline. Now after joining, this is what we have. You can see our overlap, it is okay. The next place that we will join is the back. So for the back neckline, we are using a bias for the back neckline. So before I do that, I will measure my half length plus extra 1 inch, that is 17, and I'll go ahead and trim off the remaining part. So it is better for you to have excess than having less at your half length. Then I will use this bias to turn the neckline. If you want to use a facing, you can also do that as well. Then after turning with my bias, I will join them individually to the skirt part. So this is the skirt part. I'll go ahead and join them one by one, and after joining, I will come back and show you guys. So after closing the half length, we will close our zipper allowance before taking the normal measurements or the normal shaping. Now I am done joining them individually. I'll go ahead and close my zipper allowance. So if you are closing your zipper allowance, if you want your dress to have a slit, you should mark where you want the slit to stop at. Now I am done closing my zipper allowance, and this is my slit. The next thing that we are doing right now is joining our wrap to the front side. Join your wrap to the front side. So this is our wrap, and I have hemmed the upper and lower part of this wrap. So you can see that this wrap will start around 13 inches, like 3 inches above my half length. It should not start at your half length, it should be above your half length. This is the first wrap. This is the one for the left side. Now this is for the right side, for the right hand side. So what you are going to do is that if you place your wrap, you will trim it so that it will have the same shape with your hip line and your waistline. Then you will pin down. After pinning down, you can now go ahead and join this front to the back. So your wrap should be on your front first of all, so that you can have a view of what it will look like on your body. So this is the wrap area. After pinning them down, I will go ahead and join the front and the back. So you close the shoulder, you use like 1 inch or half an inch to close the side. Then you will hem the full length. Remember we added 2 inches for the hemming at the full length. You go ahead and hem the full length. So this dress is coming to an end gradually. I am pinning them down so that I will not make any mistake while I am joining. Remember to pin down your wrap also. So after that, you will hem the full length. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. You can see our wrap, and I have ironed this dress. You can see what I have there. So if you tie your wrap, this is the shape it will give you, and the other one will drop. So if you want this slanted part to be upside down, you can also do that. So the next thing is to trim our armhole a bit, just a bit. After trimming it off, we will go ahead and fix our sleeve. Then remember to add a zipper to the back, because this zipper will help you to wear your dress. So this is my sleeve, that's my A-line sleeve, and this is the second sleeve. After doing that, I will open up my zipper allowance. This is where I will fix my zipper. And at the end of the day, this is what we have. We have our wrap, you have your sleeve. So guys, registration for our kiddies wears class is ongoing. If you want to register, just drop a comment in the comment section. I'll reply, or you can chat me up on WhatsApp. I will drop my WhatsApp number in our comment section, and also drop our Telegram link in the comment section. So if you want to register for our kiddies class, you can chat me up. It will start on the 20th of May. So thank you guys so much, and see you all in my next video. Do not forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. See you all later. Bye.